You know, in today's world, we all have something or another that we're trying to sell. But do we really know how to connect with those who may be buying?
What he said.
Hello, everybody. My name is Barry Horvath, and this is Moving Forward TV with your local market update.
Hello, and I am Delynn Gaston. Thank you for joining us today. So on today's show,
We're going to talk about personality. Personality.
I'll let you do the singing. I can't sing.
Personality.
And I know you're a singer.
I know. Do you remember that song?
I do, and I can I don't remember what it's from, but from the '60s, you know, the chorus line, and they're all kicking.
Because she's got personality. I love that.
Anyway,
Yeah, well, it's very important.
Barry could go on singing.
I
but
could. Yeah, why don't we just do like 30 minutes of singing? Let's see if we lose our viewership.
like that.
Don't hit the button. Oh, look, they're changing the channel.
But it is very important, personality styles. So, and I know that several of you out there are in the sales force, our realtor partners and
Everybody's in sales.
Everybody,
in some
you're
way,
right.
Some form, shape, or other, everybody today is in sales.
You're right, selling something.
And sales is an art.
It is.
It really is. And I think it's important to, you not only have to know what you're selling, so you real estate professionals need to know that you're selling a 2-story house with, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, what the amenities are. You need to know that product. Right. But I think what people lose sight of is who is buying is probably more important, because if you don't connect to that buyer, you're never going to make
You're not selling them anything.
You're never going to make a sale. So today we're going to talk about personalities.
Personalities.
We're going to teach you how to identify the different personality types out there so that you can connect with that person and make the sale.
That's right.
Sounds so simple, doesn't it?
Sounds so simple.
Let's make it happen.
All right. So many of you have heard of or done the DISC test, D-I-S-C. This is very similar. It's just much simpler. ABCD. That's what we go by. ABCD. Everybody falls into one of these 4 categories somewhere along. We all have all 4 of them in us, and it's just a matter of which one is more predominant in you. And as soon as you understand which one is more predominant in you, it makes it a little easier to identify your client, because we have a tendency to sell our own style. So if you're a very aggressive type personality, you're going to sell that way. Well, that might not be the person that you're selling to. So you really have to recognize that and back up. So what we're doing, ABCD. So the 4 categories for these purposes are adventurer, builder, catalyst, and discoverer.
So Bob's going to be on the show.
Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder. That'll be good.
So let's run down quick the 4 personality styles, shall we?
But when are we going to talk about coffee? Because I'm drinking it. You promised me we would talk about coffee.
Yes, I know. Me too.
I know it's your favorite
our
love in the
favorite
morning.
thing is our coffee. So to give a summary of our favorite or our people with our favorite cup of coffee, our various categories, we have our adventurer. The first one is our adventurer. Do you want to read these off? So our adventurer is the kind of person, and relating it to a cup of coffee, technically they are your aggressive person, so they do not read directions. They probably make the coffee strong.
I thought that was a man trait.
Yeah.
So there are no women in the world that are adventurous. Is that what you're telling me?
Oh, no, there's plenty.
We clearly never read directions at
A
all.
lot of our salespeople actually fall into this category. But all right, so our adventurer, they do not read directions. They probably make it too strong.
Are
they
you
might
talking about
even
their coffee?
Yes, they might even do instant because it's just faster. They're very fast-paced people, and normally they're going to get up and they're going to go get a cup of coffee. There might be a whole room full of people. They're going to get their coffee. They're going to come back and sit down and say, "Okay, what else are we talking about?" You know, just for themselves.
Yeah, but you know what? I want to talk to you about another personality type.
Yes.
Which I think is Because they're called a builder, okay? This is how the builder views their coffee, or how they handle their coffee about them. The builder reads the directions thoroughly.
Yes.
Clearly not me.
Clearly not you.
They definitely measure. They might even buy the pre-measured filters so they can have it all ready to go.
And it's perfect.
They'll buy brand names like Folgers, which is not my favorite coffee, by
8
the way.
o'clock. For me, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, they're all about their brand. You got to have their brand, you know.
Yes.
And then they probably have a coffee pot and set the timer the night before. That's a builder.
Yes.
Do you set your coffee pot timer
Yes,
the
I
night before?
do.
See?
Yes, I do.
Lynn is a builder.
Our next person is our catalyst. If we're pointing fingers. Okay, so your catalyst person in a cup of coffee, they're going to ask everybody else in the room. They're going to want a cup of coffee, and they're going to say, how do you take your coffee? And then you want a cup of coffee?
Do you want
a cup of
coffee?
coffee?
Do you want can I get you a cup?
And they're going to go and they're going to get everybody else a cup of coffee to the point where they're probably going to empty the pot and have to make a new one for themselves because they gave the whole pot away to everybody else.
I love this.
They also
Next
like
slide.
flavored coffees.
French vanilla this morning, baby.
They also have their own personal cup that they usually bring in from home that
Every
they
day.
keep at
Every
the
day, right here.
office. And they might even like a little bit of whipped cream put on
Sometimes.
top of
If I
their
go to
coffee.
Starbucks.
No foo-foo.
If I go to Starbucks, you know, that's all right. That's all right.
And then our last person.
Is a discoverer. You know, these are rare people. In fact, and we'll give
These
you
are
stats on
knowledge-driven
him. Yeah.
people.
And you know what? If they're drinking, if everyone else is drinking coffee, more likely they're going to drink tea.
Yeah. Yes, that's
What's
your
up with
discovery.
that? You know. And then before they drink their coffee, they're going to do their due diligence. They're going to research it. They're going to find out where the beans are made, how they're manufactured, who processed them,
Yep.
what country are they from, and how that bean came about. And at the end of the day, they're probably going to just realize when everybody else drinking coffee, it's better to drink tea.
Anyway.
What's up with that? That's your discoverer. And I'm not picking on you discoverers. Lucky it's a low percentage of them, right?
I know.
All right. So we're going to get into these details, but I think first we're going to take a break before we get into this in more detail. But I think Casey might be cooking something up. Yeah, Casey's cooking something up, and we'll check it out. We'll be right back.
I'm Casey Guaretti, this is Chat and Dish, and today I'm going to show you how to make an absolutely marvelous and super simple side dish for your family Sunday suppers. Simple means 6 basic ingredients, 9 ounces or 1 package of fresh baby spinach. I've got 1 butternut squash that I chopped into equal sized chunks. We've got a 1/2 cup of bacon or pancetta, 1 large or 2 medium red onions, a 1/4 cup of craisins, a little bit of olive oil, and then naturally we'll look at salt and pepper for seasoning at the very end. That's it. Let's start cooking. I'm just cutting the onion into about 1/2-inch chunks. We're going to be oven roasting our butternut squash and onions, so I'm spreading the squash across a parchment paper lined baking sheet. Now I'm using 2 baking sheets today because you want them separated. If you have them all in a big pile on top of each other, you're going to steam your vegetables instead of roasting them. Squash is on our roasting dish. Next comes the onions, and you're going to use about 1/2 your onions. Remember, we're doing this in 2 roasting pans. A 1/4 cup of olive oil, you're going to divide that between your 2 roasting pans. Just drizzle it across your veggies. Then use your hands and mix it up so that the onions and the butternut squash all have a nice light coating of olive oil. 30 minutes in a preheated 450-degree oven, you'll have perfectly roasted butternut squash and onions. While the squash is roasting in the oven, it's the perfect time to take care of your bacon or pancetta, whichever one you choose. Saute your bacon or pancetta over medium-high heat. Once your bacon or pancetta is lightly browned and crispy, take it off the heat and then drain on paper towels. Ooh, squash is out of the oven, nicely roasted. Now I'm going to use the parchment paper to help me get the squash right into a nice big bowl. Our fresh and uncooked baby spinach goes into the big bowl right on top of the hot squash. Toss in the craisins and your pancetta or bacon bits. As we mix all this together, what you're going to find is that the hot squash right out of the oven is going to slightly wilt the spinach. Oh, it makes it absolutely fabulous. You've got the roasted vegetables and the wilted spinach. It's a super, super combination. Then All we have to do is give it a sprinkling of salt and pepper. I like rather a lot of fresh ground pepper. Depending on your bacon or pancetta, make sure that you give it a taste before you put too much salt, because bacon can be a little salty. Give it another stir, and you can see that spinach is just softening and wilting, and we have got the perfect side dish for your Sunday roasted supper, or hey, even Thanksgiving. Oh, this smells absolutely marvelous. Cannot wait to see how it tastes. Oh, this is heaven. You have the butternut squash and these crunchy little salty bits of pancetta against the sweet tartness of the craisins. Oh, fabulous. I do hope you treat your family to this wonderful butternut and spinach side dish along with a wonderful roasted Sunday supper. In the meantime, I'm going to miss you. Cheers.
Yum.
Yum, that looked good. That was amazing, amazing, amazing.
I know.
I'm not really
Especially with the holidays coming up, that looked great.
I'm not a squash fan, particularly.
But a lot of people like doing that at Thanksgiving.
And spinach, not my favorite.
I like both of
I
them.
mean, they're okay. But butternut squash and spinach together,
Yeah.
It could work. When I think of spinach, though, I think of Popeye the Sailor Man.
It made him strong,
It
so.
did. I'll never forget, my little brother was going to eat spinach as a little kid, and he was so excited because he's like, da, 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 da. And they pulled it out of the can. Do you remember how bad that was? And dumped it on his plate, and he's like, oh, wow. He started eating. He's like, ew. And it was that face exactly. Sorry, brother, if you're watching this, I ratted you out. All right, so anyway, we're back to personalities. And
Personality styles.
It's very important to know what the personality style is,
Right.
so you know who's
You
buying.
can probably see yourself in all of those that we just did with our little coffee demonstration, because all of us do have a combination of all four of those.
Nobody's exactly one
But
or
you're
the
going
other.
to have more powerful. One of those styles is going to be more powerful usually than the others.
And let me just give you a breakdown of, because I have the percentages of who's what. So when you identify yourself, you know where you are. So adventurers are like 33% of you out there. Builders, Bob the Builder, 33%. Catalysts are 24%, and you discoverers are only 5 to 7%. So
Right.
Go figure.
Right. Most of the people are in the first two categories.
Yeah, and they're all blenders. So let's run down what they're.
And just so that everybody
Hey,
understands.
I had an idea.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Remember, I'm a catalyst. Go ahead.
That's true.
No.
And
insist.
I'm a builder. I have all the notes.
Go ahead.
All right,
I'm okay with that.
So just so that you understand, like I said, everybody has all four, and you need to understand how to sell to all four of them. So just so that you understand yourself first, it makes it a little easier. So the first number, and we do have the test down here. Please download it. It's right here. We have a link on our website. Take the test. Takes about 10 minutes. Fill it out, and fill it out honestly about yourself so that you understand who you are, so that you can recognize who your client is. So your highest number, that is your inborn. That is what you're inborn with. That is your comfort zone. And that is the one that you're not likely to be swayed by other things. That is who you are at your core. And then your builder, or I'm sorry, your second number.
She just wants to talk about herself.
No.
Because she's a builder.
Your second highest number, it's actually your second and third highest number. Those are the ones that are learned behaviors. So those are things that are swayed as you grow up, and it changes
I'm
throughout
trying to look at
life,
your list, see what I
business
learned.
and things like that. And then the fourth, your lowest number that you get, that is the one where you are least comfortable. That is your stress zone. So that's where I want to stay away from that part of me.
All right, so let's run through the list of what they are.
Yes, what
so
they
do you
are
want
and
me to
who they
talk
are.
about you, or do you want to talk about me?
No, you read those and I'll read these. All right, so we're going to start off first with our adventurer person, our A-type personality.
So go ahead.
Several of us know people like this because there's 33% of them out there. So your adventurer is your energetic person. They like variety. They're independent. They are dynamic. They are outgoing, fashionable. They are very fast-paced people. They are jack of all trades, and they are troubleshooters. They're good negotiators. They take risks.
This is your
He's
husband.
laughing. This is my husband to a T. That's why I'm reading this one. They are risk takers.
know who you are.
They are very direct people. They are very expressive people. They are very hands-on people, positive, and they like change.
Really?
That is your adventure.
Yeah, how many times have we moved this set around?
I
since we've been
know.
filming? All right, let's talk about the builder.
The builder.
That's you.
Yes.
Organize. Thank goodness. Structured, consistent, responsible, traditional, conservative, detailed, professional, practical, likes routine,
Yes.
goes by the rules, role model for kids. This is so you. Waste not, want not attitude, family oriented, and a planner. Holy
Yes.
cow.
I know.
I just built you.
I know. A friend of mine, actually, she's a builder too, and she said that, we have lists, us builders, we have lists, and we check them off. We like checking off checklists. She even puts the little box before the item, so she has a box to check off. She's
That's
pretty
crazy.
bad. All right, so let's move on to you, who is our catalyst. Our
great.
catalyst. These are very good people. They are warm people. They are people-oriented people. They are friendly. They are excellent listeners. That's who
What?
you talk to. When you have something going on, you talk to your catalyst. They are honest people, extremely honest. So be prepared. They're going to give you an honest answer. They're going to do it very nicely, but they're going to give you an honest answer. They are non-threatening. They are spokespeople. They are very good motivators. They are extremely good leaders. They are nurturing. They are extremely supportive, generous, democratic, and they enjoy group interaction. They love to be with other people.
Listen, I told you on last week's show why I was a Democrat, okay? We have to go back over that.
Sorry. I'm just reading
I'm wearing
the
my
list.
I'm wearing my blue, and you know what?
I did
The day
not
this
throw that
airs,
in.
It is election day, by the way.
I know, and I did not throw that in because of that. It is on the test.
It'll be good because politics are over after this show.
I know,
Awesome.
I know.
I'm
Yay.
so glad.
I know.
All right, let's
It's
talk
good
about the Discoverer, our fourth one. They're knowledge-driven, they're independent, they're articulate, they're a reformer, they're a nonconformist, they're innovative, they're ruled by logic, they need space and time, they're competent, they're abstract thinker and communicator, they're a visionary leader, and they view work as a mission. Gotta love it. So, everybody falls into these categories.
Yep.
Some crossover, and I think if you identify that person and how you
Right.
can work with them.
How you have to sell them. So if you're a lot of our realtors, they are adventurers.
Yes.
They are right out there. They are fast-paced. They are moving 100 miles an hour and
movers and
everything.
the
But if you're
shakers.
selling to somebody like Barry, for example, who is a catalyst, you're going to have to find yourself, you need to slow down. You can't come on hard and strong and sell to that type of personality.
And like we say, when somebody calls you on your phone, they go, "Hey Barry, how you been? What's going on? Hey, what's going on with that house?" You got to go back to them. "It's good, Mama. How you doing?" That's how you got to do it. And then the guy calls you and you go, "Hey Barry, what's up?" You go, "Not much, man. What's up with you?"
Right, absolutely.
You have to mirror them.
Mirror their personality, exactly,
and then
to connect with them.
You have to be able to do that.
Right.
And that's a learned practice trait.
Absolutely.
You have to be at their level. But we're going to take a break.
Yes.
We'll be right back after this.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex. Short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
If you were injured in a car crash, what would you do first? Who would you call?
You claim to be injured, yet you spoke to and saw an attorney before you saw a doctor. Is that true?
Yes.
Lawyers on TV tell you to call them first. You can, but should you? The law has changed, and you may find yourself paying your own medical bills if you don't see a doctor in the first 14 days. If you've been in a car crash, you need MyCrashMD, the interactive doctor visit, where you can consult virtually with a physician after you've been hurt in a car accident.
We can see you today. We'll take great care of you, regardless if you are at fault or not.
MyCrash MD is an actual medical visit with a doctor. No waiting in an ER, no wasting time driving around town. Download MyCrash MD free from anywhere and then see a doctor on any mobile device. Times are changing. If you don't get medical attention within the first 14 days after your crash, you could lose your insurance benefits. So if you've been in a car crash, help yourself and your accident case with MyCrash MD.
Okay, now we're going to talk about how to connect with the 4 different type of personalities.
Because
now that you've learned to identify them, you got to know how to connect with them.
Right. Each one of the personality types has their own need, and you have your need, but to connect with them, you have to understand their needs. So let's take them one at a time. So our adventurer are needs. The adventurer needs, I need my glasses, sorry. The adventurer needs action. They require freedom, fun, change, and immediate response to their questions. So you have to be right on top of it with them. They want immediate response. When their expectations are not met, they are either going to fight you or they're going to drop you. They're going to drop out or they're going to fight back, one of those two. So to reduce their stress level and to connect with them, you need to calm down. You need to be flexible, open to change, and new ventures to connect with your adventurer.
Wow. Do you know anybody like that?
I'm married to somebody like that.
Wow. I felt like we were just talking about, the show's about your husband.
I know, it is.
He's like to the T. I don't think.
He's like over the top adventurer.
Yeah, I don't think he's like part of any other category. Just saying. Sorry, John. Love you, man. All right, let's talk about the builder's needs. Remember we talked about the builders?
Yep.
Bob the Builder. Builders need order, so they want everything always in order and in their proper place. Oh my gosh, is that you? They expect and require punctuality, dependability, and a specific direction. If I'm late for the show, boy, do I get yelled at. By you!
I'm texting him. Where are you? Are you close?
When their expectations are not met, they will over-enforce rules or become workaholics. Yeah. Yes. To reduce their stress, you must accept responsibility for your actions, be prepared and organized with clear goals. So they definitely have a sense of direction and where they're going, and they have to plan.
Yes, yes.
That's you.
I know,
That's
I know. We have, yes, we have our order. We have our things and we have our list and we know how to check it off.
Yeah.
All right, our catalyst is our next. Our catalyst needs are, they need unity and patience.
Kumbaya.
They expect and they require teamwork and harmony. When their expectations are not met, they either blame themselves or they blame other people. So to reduce their stress level, what you have to do is you have to listen. They like when people listen. You have to use compassion. You have to share in the work or the credit of the team, and you have to be fair. That's what's going to reach your catalyst.
Oh boy. And now let's talk about the discoverer.
For the smallest people, this is the biggest list.
Yeah, go figure. So they have the most, they're the hardest to connect with, actually.
They are. They're very hard.
You know, like,
this is, for us in the real estate and mortgage world, this is underwriters.
Yeah, because you can't connect with them.
This is our underwriters.
They need to just pick up the phone. You know? Talk to me. Talk to
I know.
me
You
about
say
that
to an, here are adventurers, us, the adventurer loan officers or whatever will say, hi, how was your weekend? And stuff like that. And the discoverer is like, I don't care how your weekend was. What do you want?
I know. I'm not clearing this file.
I know. They
You're
don't.
not going to close on time. I don't care. You need the document.
Yep. They don't care.
So discoverers need. Sorry, all the underwriters. I just.
I know. It's not that you don't care about people. We love you. It's not that you don't care about people. You just care more about facts.
All right. So they discover they need freedom to think, read, and explore new ideas. That's your discoverer. They expect and require competence, logic, freedom to analyze and research. And when their expectations aren't met, they tend to go silent and shut people out.
Yep.
And to reduce their stress, approach them logically. Not emotionally!
Yes.
Don't yell.
Don't yell, don't cry. Ain't going to get you anywhere.
Be objective, listen well, and have an open mind.
That's right.
You gotta love it. Gotta love it.
All right. So each one of these styles, you can see yourselves in these styles, and hopefully it's kind of opened up your eyes so that you can kind of look at your client and help you out there. So your adventurer, how do they reach they use a lot of intimidation. Your builder.
Yes, self-righteousness.
Your catalyst is your interrogator.
Yes, and a discovery uses aloofness.
They shut you out. They shut you out. So understanding these should give you a little bit of an idea of how to deal with your people and sell your client and stuff.
Yes.
Every one of them has a gift. Their gift to the world.
Yes, and you need to know these gifts in order to succeed.
Yep.
You really do. So your venture, your gift to the world is energy. The builder, your gift to the world is structure. And Catalyst, your gift to the world is compassion.
That's right.
And the Discover, your gift to the world is your wisdom and your knowledge. So gotta love it.
Right. I know. Isn't that good? So hopefully you saw yourself in there, and hopefully it can help you identify your client so you can connect with them and sell them the house that they want.
If you didn't see yourself in there, you weren't looking. I'm just saying.
You're right. You're right.
I'm just saying. So anyway,
everyone's there.
We got to wrap up, but
I know.
you know what?
Touch real quick on what we got coming
couple
up.
of quick dates coming up for West Pasco Business Association, December 2nd and 3rd, the River Lights Boat Parade Festival in
Which we're
cooperation
partnering with
Main Street. And
is
it's going to be a phenomenal event this year.
Downtown Newport Richie, of course, and it's 2 nights this week. It's Friday and Saturday.
2 nights this week.
2 nights this month, this year. Sorry.
2 years. Yeah. And then, of course,
2 nights this year.
You can go on Main Street site, and I'm sure find information, and WPBA.biz to find out and get your boat registered. We are accepting boats now. It's like $20 to get your boat in and deck it out. And there'll be thousands of people lined up on the riverbank to see it.
I know, of course, and the park's open this year, so it'll be beautiful.
So we need vendors and people that want to expose their business, and we want to help promote them out there.
Please reach out.
And we have the Grinch event on December 9th at Spartan Manor. Tickets are online. Pre-sale has just started. $35 a head at the Spartan Manor. We're still looking for families to sponsor, so get that out there.
For those of you who don't know, this is How the Grinch Saved Christmas. This is our 6th annual year doing this. WPBA, West Pasco Business Association sponsors it, along with a lot of community involvement from local businesses and such, where we raise money, raise funds to be able to give a Christmas to children who otherwise wouldn't have one in distressed families.
Not just children, but families.
Families, yes.
So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great event.
Yeah.
Make sure you like our show, share us, get us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the above, all your Twixie Tumblr thing too, Instagram.
Thank you all for watching. We appreciate it. We are Today and Every Day.
Moving forward.
We'll see everybody next week. Bye-bye.